Welcome to day number 9. To start today's session, we're doing a lifting piece. This one is 5 sets, 20 GHD hip extensions, and then 10 tempo deadlifts with 65 to 68% of your 1 rep max. So for me, that is 130 kilos, which is the 65%. I stuck with that from the same as last week's session with the GHD hip extension hold into the tempo deadlifts. But the reps I was getting in that workout was only about 6 to 8 reps each set. So with the 10 rep goal this week, I just chose to stick with the same weight rather than increasing it, and aiming to have a little bit of form through my lower back, keeping a bit of a straighter position as my back does round with these sort of weights and anything a bit heavier. So working a little bit more to be technically sound rather than just aiming to get more weight on the bar. Still not perfect, but I think it was much better than last week's deadlifting, and I felt a little better in this session as well. All of these sets have a 2-minute rest between. Overall, felt like my deadlift and this positioning strength was a little better than weeks past. However, I still find that it takes a lot out of me doing these style of deadlift and lifting pieces with the buy-in of the 20 GHDs. Just already pre-fatigues the lower back, glutes, hamstrings so much that with this loading makes it very, very tough. As you can see, when I finish each set, the body's just, really not too good. I mean, not in a bad way, there's no pains. It's just general muscular fatigue, which just makes you feel a little bit cooked. But that's just part of it, and it's what you've got to do to get better. So I've kept my first 3 sets to 10 unbroken reps, but in the last 2 sets, I do, I think 6 or 7 reps, and then take a bit of a break, and then do the last 3, I believe it was. So 7 reps and then 3. So didn't specify to be unbroken. Obviously the aim is to be, but it's just getting through that 10 reps with the tempo. So the lowering on the eccentric part being aiming for 3 seconds. I think some of my reps, I lose that a little bit, just trying to maintain better positioning rather than just going for the 3 second, where I would have had to have let my back cave a bit and lose that tension. Which does happen on a few reps anyway, but like I said, that's just from the fatigue in the body doing this with the GHDs. So for the workout in this session, we've got 2 rounds for time, 40 GHD sit-ups, 20 shoulder to overheads with 84 kilos. Now my goal for this was to be pretty smooth and steady on the GHD sit-ups. They aren't the best thing for me in big chunks, but I can get through them. It does take a little bit out of me, but I thought that I can usually hold on for the barbell work in big sets with certain movements, like a shoulder to overhead. So I wanted to push as close as I could to doing them unbroken, but knew that it was likely that I'm going to have to break them up into 2 sets. In the second set, I think I ended up breaking it into 3, which just was where it was at in the workout. You can try as best you can to do them, but sometimes the workout just hits you with different plans and you just have to do what you can. So first set was okay. I was a little bit shaky on a couple of reps with this, just the cycle rate and maybe the technique. The legs have a little bit taken out of them after the GHDs, just flexing the quads, and also the core just in stabilization with the bar, particularly as you come down, brace and pop back up. But this was just 2 rounds, so you just have to hold on and push, knowing that it's not a lot of volume. It's about the effort and just trying to hold on and in being intense with the workout. So getting a bit shaky here towards the last few reps in this 20 rep set. Going to a split jerk and body's just starting to be on the limit here. I wanted to get this done under 7 minutes, but just had to go bigger sets or hold on for unbroken in the second one if that was going to happen. So taking a bit of a break, being that last rep was a bit rough. Just a couple reps to go here, get it steady and finish it off. Now we get into some running conditioning. This was just a simple pyramid interval of 200 meter run, minute rest, 400 meter run, minute rest, 600 meter run, 2 minute rest, 800, 2 minutes, 1K, 2 minutes, and then back down the 8, the 6, the 4, and the 2 with the slight change in rest intervals. I like this workout. It was a good run piece. I felt like my pace was solid for me, and I was quite happy with this after I finished up. Doing this right as the sun's going down, so over the course of this 30-odd minute workout, it gets a bit dark, but still managed to be able to see on this camera, which was I was surprised at. I didn't think it would be as easy to see, but the lighting from the nearby car yards definitely helped that out a little bit. So 38 seconds for my first 200, and then so the 400 meters is from, there's a line on the ground, we go up to the end of the street and back down, just like Sunday's running intervals. And I put the time for each of my sets on the screen. It's a little bit of a rough time just based off when I was cutting up this video and speeding it up, but they are pretty much around that for each effort. So I'm not sure exactly what the pace was for all of them per kilometer, but they were the times that it roughly took for each of those respective sets. Obviously, these aren't the most entertaining workouts to watch, but this is the stuff that has to be done, and particularly for me, this needs to be done, this running work. So I'll just let this one play out a little bit, sped up, and we'll get on to the accessory next to finish the session. So coming in, finishing up this last 200 with a little bit more pace than a few of the other intervals, 37 seconds there. So fastest pace I probably held for that whole workout. And this accessory here, we've got 5 sets for quality, 2 to 3 minute rest between. I think I was resting just 2 minutes. 15 heavy Russian kettlebell swings. This is an 8.5 RPE. And then 30 to 40 second unbroken handstand hold. I aimed for the 45 seconds with this, just doing a freestanding handstand hold. And I chose to use double kettlebells because the heaviest kettlebells we've got are 32s, which I thought for 15 reps would be well under the 8.5 RPE. So starting off with 2 24 kilo kettlebells, and then for the remaining sets, I bump it up to the 28 kilo kettlebells, which I think were a touch heavy, but I was able to do the 15 each time. I would have liked to get a little bit better feeling on the technique, but there was no in-between weight, so that's what I stuck with for the remaining sets. The handstand hold is pretty good for me. I just did it unbroken, freestanding, no moving. So yeah, that was it for this session. Pretty good session overall, happy with it. Body's starting to feel pretty good at this point going into this week, even though fatigue can sometimes be high, but the fitness definitely feels like it's going up a little bit overall.
Everybody put your hands up. Let's party. Everybody bounce with me. Some champagne and burn a little. Let's party. Everybody stand up. Everybody put your hands up. Let's party. Everybody bounce with me.